Welcome to Season 7 of Paper Talk,
where we share stories about growing and thriving in your creative business.
I'm Quinn Nguyen of Pinkham Hosey.
I'm Jessie Chu of Crafted to Bloom.
And I'm Sarah Kim of Handmade by Sarah Kim.
In this season, we want to explore the evolution of an artist's journey and the growth and struggle of having a business.
Plus, we'll chat with other entrepreneurs and artists to uncover their keys to success.
So get ready to unlock the potential in your creative journey with us.
Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Paper Talk. Today, we have a special guest that Sarah Kim actually met when she was at Summit over in Hawaii for all the different cutting machines, the silhouettes. And today, guest, her name is Carol Pessoa of Scrap People on Instagram. Welcome to our podcast, Carol. So nice to meet you.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, girls. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you, Sarah, again. We met at Silhouette Summit, and it was a wonderful experience.
I know. I had you on my guest list because, you were like one of the easiest person to talk to. And like, I felt like we instantly hit it off. Like, we talked for like 5 seconds and we were like, yes.
And I'm afraid about my English, but
no,
we're talking in English at Summit, and you invite me and say, oh my God, you're thinking that I can do this.
Well, and I loved your mini-me paper version that you had. And like the paper portrait that she had of herself, it changed their outfit with her outfit throughout the day. Like,
cute.
And she like,
I didn't have anyone here.
And it was like the cutest thing. And it was like exactly the same version of her, but like the small version of her. So when we would take selfies, we would selfie with her paper doll too. And so, I instantly knew I had to be like friends with her. So this is Carol. And please tell us a little bit more about yourself and, about Scrap People and where you're located now.
Sure. First of all, the mini-me has a lot of clothes and outfits and everything. And I spend my time with flying. It's a long trip to Hawaii, to drawing and painting the clothes. And
you drew it on your airplane, right? Oh my gosh.
Everyone looking at me and say, what is Gary doing? Everything. But it's amazing. It's a great thing to know people too, because the people comes to me and talk to me. It's great.
Yeah, it was a conversation starter for sure.
Yeah. So, first of all, thank you, girls, to inviting me. It's a pleasure. It's a big challenge for me too, because it's my first podcast in English. I'm taking class. I'm still learning. It's a huge thing doing right now because you're nervous. But I believe that it will be fine. It will be great. Yeah. I'm talking to girls that I'm afraid I'm not as funny person in English. I am in Portuguese. Because in Portuguese, I'm sure that I'm funny.
Right? Yeah, no, you are. Yeah. And if you have to say anything in Portuguese, I feel like our podcast, there are Portuguese listener, right?
Oh, if I'm in trouble, I was speaking in Portuguese. Yeah. But I have my teeth, and sometimes I will check my teeth to be sure that I'm doing great and doing well.
How long have you been in business, or like how long have you been? Are you like focused on content creating, or do you sell like your artwork?
Let me start for the beginning.
Yes.
I'm Carol. I'm a Scrap People. I'm from Brazil. So I'm from a little city in Brazil called Itajá. It's around 8,000 people. So we made everything with hands and I learned to do this with my mom. So I started to make the things for my nephews. Yes, my big sister asked me to take the birthday decorations and the scrapbooks for important dates like baptism. So I was buying craft supplies to do this album of scrapbook. And I was in a crafter place, and I'm buying the craft bunches of different shapes. And the salesperson asked me, do you know there is a machine that cuts everything that you want that could ever shape. And I thought, oh my God, I need one. Oh, wait. And it was in 2016, I started to search about Silhouette. Silhouette is the main brand of cutting machines in Brazil. It's very different from here.
Yeah.
And I was 21. I was in college, so I didn't have any money. So my mom bought to me on Silhouette Commute 2 at this time. And I started to do my things to make my own money at university. I was studying physiotherapist.
Yes.
that I do now. Yeah, it was intensive because I was studying physiotherapist at the morning and the afternoon. And at night, I was working in my company. My own company. So it was intense, but it was great. It was great.
So sorry, you would sell things that you made with your Silhouette.
I started sell things made with Silhouette, like boxes for decoration birthdays, cake toppers. And the marketing in Brazil, it's strong. Most of crafts do things about parties. Parties is a great market in Brazil. So I started to make things to sell, and the people started to asking me, do you teach this? Because it's different that I saw. And in the beginning, I'm not sure about this. I can do this. But I was improving my job. I don't know if improve it's correct. Improving my job, make my own technique. And I started to draw my own things at the Silhouette Studio, the free version. So I create my own technique to draw in layers of paper, and everything that I do is in layers of paper. I don't print anything. So I create my technique to draw people in layers of paper at the Silhouette Studio 2. And people ask me, no, can you teach this? And I think, oh my God, maybe I can do this. So when I graduate at the physiotherapy, I moved to São Paulo. That my husband, he was my boyfriend at this time. I moved to living with him, and we got married, and was a huge change in my life. Because I decided to make the Script People my own job, my main job, and I give up for being a physiotherapist. Was a difficult thing to do because I graduate, I made 5 years of university. It's a huge thing. So I decided to do this. Was a difficult thing to tell my mom.
Yeah.
Mom, I decided to do my craft works. So my mom was afraid about, obviously, because she was afraid about my future. I'm afraid too, but I want to do this. But my mom says, I'm sure. And I said, yeah, I'm sure. And she bought my second Silhouette for me.
Oh, what mom?
No,
I know.
Yes.
She's your supporter.
Yeah.
She invested in you.
I know she did invest in
Yes.
you. Good investment.
Yes, she was afraid, but she supported me all the time. She's amazing. So she works with me when I started. Because I'm busy all the time.
Yeah.
And she loves to make craft things. And so she worked with me, but I wasn't a good boss. She kept me, Mom, don't do this. She's so Carol. So apologize, mommy. Apologize. But when I moved to São Paulo, was difficult because I felt like guilty to leave my family so far. It's far from my city. São Paulo is like 3 hours of flight of my city. Yes. So was a difficult time personally because I miss my family. I missed my food. It's very different. I miss my friends. But professionally was a good time because I made my job escapable. It's okay to say that this escapable of this problem personally.
Yeah.
So the Script People grow up fast because I put all my energy into this. And I started to teach because I realized that there is I have a good thing, I have a different thing, and I can share with other people.
Mhm.
So I started to teach. So at the beginning, I sell my things, but I continue selling my things. And I started to teach at the end of 2019. So the pandemic becomes, and a lot of people were interested about courses. So it was great for my courses. It was a terrible time, but
Yes.
it was great for my courses. So the Square People grows a lot. So
That's wonderful. Where do you host your online courses? What platform do you use?
I use Eduz. I don't know. It's an international platform. I think it's a national platform of Brazil. My courses are in Portuguese, so I'm proud to say that I have students all over the world, but most Brazilians because everything is in Portuguese. But
You filmed all of that by yourself, or did they help you or something?
I film everything by myself.
Okay.
I learn about share screens and film everything.
Okay, cool.
I bought my stuff to record this. My first launch of my first big course I made myself was terrible because it was wonderful result, but the process it's oh my God, it's a lot of things to do. So after that, I made a partnership. I think it's partnership with other people to sell my courses.
Okay.
And until now, I have a partner. I have to sell my courses, but it's difficult for me now because our currency in Brazil is less valued than here. $1 today is R$ 6 in Brazil. So it's not good for me selling reais.
Yeah.
Because when I convert it, well, it's
nothing.
sad. It's a little sad. Now I'm figuring out to how can I do to sell in dollars because it's very different. I've been in Miami since January, so I moved to São Paulo to here in January, and I confess that it's more comfortable than was my first move. When I moved to São Paulo.
But it's like a way bigger move, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I love this city. I love Miami. I love the weather. It's my kind of city. I love beach. Yes. I love warm weather. I don't like it. São Paulo was cold sometimes, so I don't like it. I like this weather. But it's a challenge because I'm taking classes of English, but I love speak Spanish too. I told Sarah that I speak Spanish more than I speak English. No, I'm taking class, and the most of my classmates speak Spanish as Spanish speakers. So I speak Spanish all the time. The month I was trying to go to a break with not Spanish speakers, just that I can't speak Italian, so I practice my English.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I need to do this because if I didn't, I just speak Spanish all the time here, and I like a lot. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
Move it to here.
Sure.
And we are talking about the difference of markets is very different too. And Brazil parties is the main thing that we do things to sell for parties, to decorate parties, cake toppers. And when
I feel like America has a market for party decorations too. I think a lot of like cake toppers, because I know you do a lot of like gift topper, cake toppers, and wall art, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I see a lot of artists sell that and make it. Yeah. And like all over Etsy, it's like all party decoration related stuff. So I would think you can definitely. Where do you sell your art? Do you sell it on Etsy, or do you have a website where you sell them?
I have a website, but it's just for shapes.
Oh, like templates.
Templates, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I always sold my art on Instagram. It's my main.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That works because I know that a lot of people do that too. Yeah.
Yeah. But here, I realized that is a little different because the party is not too big than Brazil. I don't know.
Really?
In Brazil.
Brazil is a big party country. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. My focus is on learn English.
Okay.
So my job is I'm trying to figure it out. How can I do this? Because I love I don't know if the name is frames for art, wall art. Yes, wall art. I'm loving about this. So I'm trying to do this to do collections of my wall art. But it's a new challenge to do this because I'm trying to learn another language. I'm trying to, we have a dog. We didn't have a dog before. So we have a dog. I'm learning about dogs. I'm training my dog right now, everything together. But now I create content too for Silhouette Brazil that take me to Santi Silhouette. I went to Santi Silhouette with the Silhouette Brazil. Do you know the Silhouette is the main brand of cutting machines in Brazil? It's very different from here. And surprising when I arrived here, you see cricut in everything.
We wanted to take a quick break to talk about something that keeps coming up in our DMs and emails.
Many of you have told us you're not confident about your business. You're doing the work, but the growth just isn't happening the way you hope.
That's why we created Paper to Profits, the mastermind. It's not just a business strategy, it's about mindset, visibility, pricing with confidence, and building an art business that's sustainable and personal to you.
We pulled together the best of everything Sarah, Jesse, and myself have learned across workshops, collaboration, course creation, speaking, and sponsor partnership.
You'll be surrounded by a small group of creatives on the same path. You'll get actionable feedback and the support you need.
If you're listening to this and nodding thinking, that's what I need, head to papertalkpodcast.com to learn more. We'd love to have you with us.
All right, back to the show.
Yeah. In Brazil, we have a different thing. We have a strong designer team to Silhouette. So we have a lot of content about Silhouette. We have a lot of people teaching about Silhouette. So it's easier use Silhouette in Brazil because of this than Cricut. So I think it's less expensive too, Silhouette in Brazil. So the most of people haven't Silhouette. So in Brazil, we have the strong designer team. It's a dream to a lot of crafters in Brazil to be part of this team. Yeah. And I'm proud to say that I'm part of this team since 2021. We have like a contest to make part of this team, to be part of this team. So I tried twice and I didn't win. Oh, I'm living my life. I'm making my job. And in 2021, I was invited to be part of this team. It was great because it's a huge team in Brazil because it's a strong team. So I was invited in 2021 and so far I'm creating content for Silhouette Brazil. We have a lot of content in Brazil about Silhouette. So
yeah, I feel like your artists for Silhouette Brazil, they're all so good.
The brand Silhouette Brazil has been working with this since they created the brand. So it's a team market, strong team market.
That's awesome. What kind of projects are you working on right now? Can you share that with us?
Sure. Now I'm thinking to create this wall art. I'm trying to do a big one right now. So I bought the supplies, the big frame, the big papers to do this. I'm trying to buy a new silhouette bigger than mine. Mine is a little one. I'm searching a big one to make this big project. So I'm excited about make a big wall art with layers of paper. I'm doing my paper portraits too. So my focus today is made my paper portraits and this wall art that I can, in my mind, I have a lot of collections, but I need to put this out. I need to try to do this right now. It's been a new challenge. Change everything in my job.
What's been the biggest challenge that you had to overcome becoming a silhouette artist?
It's a great question. I think now I am a reference to other people. So I need to be careful all I post, all I say, because now I'm a reference. The people believe in me.
It's a big responsibility.
But sometimes too, it's a huge responsibility. So now my big challenge is the amount of content, because I made 7 contents per month for Silhouette Brazil. It's a lot of things to do because I made 7 reels for them. So sometimes I didn't have time to make my own reels, or my own things, because I'm taking class of English. It's have my entire morning taking class of English. After that, I'm doing, I'm recording these reels for Silhouette Brazil. And after that, I need to walk in my dog.
Yeah.
To do my new project that is in my mind.
Yeah, 7 is a lot, because that's almost 2 per week. So I want to say, I think the most I had leading up to the holidays, it was really busy working with brands. And I think the most I had was 7. And I was like running around like all frantic, because it was, I'm still trying to produce stuff for myself, but I'm also trying to do the brand deals, because I mean, those are the ones that have a deadline. So you have to prioritize that, right? But then you're like, but my audience wants to see me, or I feel irrelevant. Then I have to, hurry up and do my work. And it felt leading up to the holidays, and goodness, how many times I had to make paper poinsettias. Like, I never want to get paper poinsettias ever again. I felt so bad, because like all my holiday brand contracts, they were all making paper poinsettias. I was like, I don't know how else to change up the paper poinsettias during the holidays. So I mean, I can't believe you do 7 a month every month. Like, that's a lot. Yeah,
every month since 2021. So I made reels about all the tools that we have. We have a personal brand tool called Mimo. So we have a lot of new tools to craft. I went to Brazil next week, and I brought my suitcase.
Nice.
Entire suitcase with new tools.
Do you visit often back to Brazil?
Yeah.
Do you visit often? Oh, how often do you go?
So I sorry, I didn't understand your question.
How often do you go to Brazil?
I moved in January, and I went in February. Then my brother-in-law got married, and we went. I went again last week. It's not
so only twice. Oh, okay.
Only twice. It's not enough that I want, but it's okay. It's expensive too. It's a long trip too. I need to stay a few days to deserve, because to worth it, because it's a long trip too. I take like 8 hours to arrive in São Paulo, and more 3 to my state, and more 3 to my city. So it's a long trip to stay with my mom. But it was good. My nephew finished the college right now, and it had a big party to celebrate the end of the college. So I went to the party. I spent a few days, but it was amazing. And I brought a lot of new tools for me from Brazil.
Carol, I've been really enjoying our conversations about learning how you use the silhouette. And I'm very curious. I'm like, and ever since Sarah had mentioned or shown on Instagram about the silhouette with the magnetic pieces where you don't need the sticking mat, I'm like, that's a game changer because I feel like with crepe paper, does it work on crepe paper? Have you tried that, Sarah?
It's not that easy with crepe paper. I'm still trying to figure it out. And good thing I just got your package with crepe paper for your book. Congratulations. Your book was gorgeous.
Thank you.
But I was like, hey, with that crepe paper, I could at least test out a few because you gave me plenty. I was like so excited because I actually want to try making crepe flowers, but I have to test it out. But I've seen other artists through Silhouette doing the crepe flowers. So I feel like it could work. Maybe more simple designs. So have you tried it before, Carol, with crepe paper?
With the electrostatic mat. Yes, it's easier to use with simple shapes,
like
simple
cardstock paper.
templates.
Yeah.
Yes, and tiny papers. It's better with tiny papers than cardstock. So I didn't use a lot of tiny papers, so for me it's not useful. But I enjoy a lot. Sometimes I cut some things with my paper, like cardstock, and it works. But for other papers, it's better the sticky mat. But it's a great thing to use. Yeah, it's a great thing to try.
Awesome. So to end our podcast, I want to talk about life hacks. Do you have a life hack that you could share with our audience, Carol?
Sure. I think we talk a lot about change, and I think this is a great thing to share. That it's for sure you may be afraid about change. So, but do this anyway, because a lot of great things are before the change. No, before the change. It's complicated at the beginning, but it's a great thing to do. And if you have a dream, if you want to be your own business, make this and don't wait whole support, because sometimes the people who loves you is afraid about your future too. So make the things right, make the things work. And after that, the people will support you. It's not a problem. They are just care about you. If you want to do this with scary, with afraid, with everything. But do this. It's worth it. In the end, it's worth it. And believe in yourself, because anyone can do this for you. Believe in yourself, and believe that you can do anything. Look, I'm doing a podcast in English. A few months ago, I can communicate in English. So it's a great thing. Thank you for this, girls. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Sarah, what life hack do you have to share with us?
I feel like it has to be something about change because Carol went through so many different changes, and you could tell she's still very much a happy person, So I love that. It's like so inspirational. I want to say actually, about change, I do like to treat myself to a random new hobby when I go through like an artist block or go through moments where I don't want to do this anymore. So I treat myself to a new class or a new skill. And I think it's the idea of learning something like new. It's a change of itself, but it like makes you focus and like get into it and be like a kid, be a student, be like young, and then like,
or make mistakes.
Working.
And
making mistakes. Right? Yeah.
And it's okay.
And the challenge in itself, it's like fun. It's in the moment, it's like stressful because I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. And it's funny, like as a teacher, I'm sure all of you guys are teachers, right? When we're the teacher and the students are like asking, or they're like going through so much trouble, and I'm like, that's really easy. It's not that hard, But then when I'm the student, like, I'm the same way, right? I have like so many questions and like I already asked them the same like 2 questions over and over. So then it makes me a better teacher too. When I become the teacher, I'm like, oh, it's okay to have all those questions because you're like a kid again, you're learning, and it makes me be more patient because I'm that student. I'm that student that's like, what did you say? I forgot. And they just said it like 5 seconds ago, So I would say my life hack for today would be just go learn something completely new and just have fun with it, So I usually try not to do anything paper related or paper flower related. Recently, I just did sourdough. So I've been making sourdough bread like all the time. It's so much fun. In the beginning, I literally had so many questions because sourdough baking is like such a long process. But now I could I could even teach it now because I've been making it so much. It's so fun. It's so fun. What's your life hack, Jessie?
I guess along the lines of change or adapting to change. One of the things that I used to speak with, I guess, a friend / mentor, and she had given me advice that you have to remind yourself about these changes because it's really easy to fall back on what's comfortable. And especially there was I was struggling with saying no to things because I wanted to kind of go a different path. And so she recommended that I just have this sticky note or piece of paper glued to or stuck to my desk or to the wall that just has, 3 points, 3 things that I want to do. And so every time I emailed somebody back, or if I talked to someone on the phone and they were, offering certain, opportunities, I just look at that list and see if it falls within those things, those categories. And if it didn't, then I had to say no. And I think it really helped me kind of focus on what I wanted to do. And sometimes we need those reminders because it's way too easy to say yes to everything or to say yes to something that, we want to do, but it isn't right at this moment. So just having those reminders in black and white, it helps. Yeah. So that's my life hack is, write down whether it's in your notebook, on a notepad or something where you can see it on a daily basis. It could be self-affirmation as well. I know that's very popular. But in a way it is self-affirmation, except that you're just kind of noting down, okay, what exactly do I want to pursue? Maybe it's, wall art. I want to do wall art, so if you put that on your sticky note, every time an offer comes, you're like, no, that's not it because it doesn't say wall art. It just reminds you that that's your path because there's so many things that make us stray. So yeah, that would be my life hack. What about you, Quinn? My life hack would be kind of like following what everyone has been saying is keep a journal. You don't have to write it every single day, but every few days you should be touching your journal, writing your thoughts, documenting the changes that you are making because it's such a wonderful way to look back and think about what triggered that special moment. Because sometimes when I get off a phone call, I get so excited and I try to carve just a couple minutes. It doesn't have to be a lot of time, but to jot those emotions down, those feelings, those thoughts that made me so happy because I want to grab that moment and remember it because in a day, you have so many incredible moments and sometimes they're low, sometimes they're high, but I think it's wonderful to capture those really, really high moments to when you're down and not feeling inspired or motivated to go back and read it. Because then you're like, that was what ignited me. That's what made me so excited. And I love that feeling and I just don't want to lose it. And we make so many memories every single day, every single moment. And it's just a great way to document it and to because we're artists, we're creators, we work by ourselves. We don't really have someone that we can talk to on a moment to moment. I mean, yes, you can pick up your best friend and call them, but they might not be there and available for you all the time. And so most of the time we're by ourselves, we're working, and we got to learn how to celebrate those moments. And I think it's a great way to document that.
Yeah. Great.
For sure. Carol, thank you so much for joining us today. And it's been such a joy talking to you.
Thank you so much, girls, for inviting me, for believing that I can do this. It is a huge thing for me because it's my first time talking in English for a long time for an audience. So sorry for my mistakes, but I'm learning. Okay. It's okay to be wrong sometimes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Yes,
Carol.
thank you.